Okay, so I'm going to explain how we can use a device like this pad to minimize the force of a collision. And as an example, I'm going to use this weight. Okay, so it's going to be loud, people. All right, so I'm going to drop this weight on the table. All right, really big collision force, big enough to leave a dent there. Okay, so if I were to draw the graph of that collision, where I've got time and force, what we're going to see in the graph is that the momentum of this stops when it hits the table all at once. So it hits and all the momentum stops instantly in a really small amount of time. So if I could take a stopwatch to measure the time of the collision, it'd be really, really small, like a tiny fraction of a second. So the force is really big, way up here, and the time is really small, right? So the time that the collision took is a really short amount of time. Now, what happens when I take a pad and put it there, or in your case, it'll be your egg catcher, and we drop it, it's a lot softer, okay? And if you see what happens, as the weight hits the pad compresses, okay? And as it compresses, it slows down the weight more gradually. So instead of all that momentum disappearing at once, the momentum disappears over a longer period of time. So if I could time the collision would take longer when it hits the pad than it does when it hits the table. So when I stretch that time out, it allows the force to push down. So for the second collision, it would look more like this, with a lower maximum force, which is what you want to keep your eggs safe, and a longer time. So when you explain your device to me, I'm looking for you to explain how your device can lengthen the time of the collision and slow your egg down more gradually instead of all at once.